But we'll see Soul go up soon. We'll see Soul go up soon. It's whatever though. It's whatever. Bro, well, thank you for coming on the pod, bro. I appreciate you.
Hey, you got it. Anytime. I actually scouted you out what you're doing on Twitter, and it seems like you're out here just making content. Bringing stuff to the peoples. I want to get involved. So it's really great to be on here representing OneKin, man.
Well, I appreciate you. Can I ask how you found me? What video did you find me on?
Actually, it was from your Twitter bio. Like, I just crawl Twitter, just looking at all these different accounts, and then I just see what's going on out there in the Twitter sphere. And then I came across your Twitter account, and I was like, all right, he's got some stuff going on. Taking a look at some of your content, I was like, all right, this what's up. And I think it's really cool, especially people as young as you doing this out here, making content about Web3. Like, that's a really cool mission to have. So I'm out here to support, bro.
Oh, for sure, bro. We are the next generation of people that are going to be building in Web3. And I'm trying to bring that with my content, bring light to the younger generation and show the younger generation that Web3 isn't just all monkey pictures. And, there's actual like dope stuff in Web3 other than these pixel crypto guys and these monkeys. So, you know, that's kind of the goal. That's one of the goals with the podcast. So let's get into it, bro. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you got it.
So I'm gonna call you Trunk because I'm gonna be honest, your name's a little long. Um, so Trunk.
Yeah, well, Trunkletron is it's my gamer tag in Web3, and most famously in Metalcore, which is blowing up really hot right now. It's like this massive multiplayer mech combined arm shooter, and I was previously working with that team over there. I have only good things to say. It was an amazing experience, and it continues to just go sky high with in terms of the player base and everything like that. I saw that you were familiar with Metalcore also, so that's kind of how we were able to connect at first. And Trunkletron is, the keeper of the mechs and the rainer downer of the missiles from aircraft and all that good stuff over there at Metalcore.
Bro, I've had people in actually DGen Legends rep DGO.
Mm.
Bro, they are grinding metalcore. I just saw them
Oh,
in the
really?
group chat. Yeah, bro, they are grinding. So nah, when you said that, I was like, no way, bro. Like, my boy Valacy, he's always loving metalcore, bro. So
Nice. And
yeah,
then little popcorn fact is if you happen to see the 2023 trailer for Metalcore and all that gameplay, that was all me in the trailer shooting all those clips, making all those explosions, made the trailer. So, it's definitely got a really proud point in my heart and happy to continue to support the Web3 gaming space, through OneKin.
for sure, for sure. Can we go in a little bit about who you are? Actually, who is Trunk?
Yeah, you got it. Well, my journey in crypto started in 2017. So and now it's 2024. So I'm a bit of an OG in the space. I mean, I'm not like a 2013 OG. I run into those all the time, but things were crazy back then in 2017. I mean, Coinbase was shutting down from too much traffic. Like you couldn't even log into the app during the 2017 craze there. And there was all these different coins that were popping up, all these different ecosystems are all trying to build their infrastructure layers. They want to be the next big platform to support everything. And so I was able to watch that industry grow and mature from 2017 all the way through to 2021 when we started seeing the NFT craze happening and also DeFi was happening with yield farming was going on 2019, 2020. So I originally started working at this infrastructure project called ARC. And while I was at ARC, I was able to be part of a great team, a multinational team working on an infrastructure blockchain that was able to support access to different chains at the same time. It was very nascent at the time. Like the concept of decentrally connecting one blockchain to another blockchain was not a thing in 2018. So it was very cool to be a part of that experience. And then from there, I transitioned into Metalcore United, with that Web3 game that we were talking about earlier, like really amazing quality, Unreal Engine, huge multiplayer battles. I was managing community, I was doing social, I was doing marketing, all that good stuff. And a lot of cool things continue to happen. They're partnered up with Immutable, helping publish the game as well. And now I'm with OneKin Labs. And OneKin Labs has a vision not dissimilar to ARC did, which is why I fit in with the team so well, but also a unique twist, bringing actual utility to a space within a space, that Web3 gaming sector, which I think is an incredible use case for blockchain technology.
For
That's a little
sure.
background on me, man.
Dang, bro, you've been doing stuff. You've been grinding since like
I've been
20
doing some stuff. I've been out here.
2017, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild. Um, but have you always loved games, or have you always liked games since you were young?
I have always loved games. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I got a personal PC in my room, and when you get your own computer in your room, that is like a step. You know,
Bro,
you've
for
got
sure.
freedom, you've got, the internet, you can do whatever you want on your computer. And I loved that. So I was getting into PC games real quick with that, like Rainbow Six Original, StarCraft
Mm.
1, like playing with my friends on dial-up modems, like all that good stuff I was doing way back in the day. Never stopped. PS2, big on that. I love,
Mhm.
Killzone franchise, Ace Combat. And then when Halo came out, when Halo 3 came out, really, that's when it really changed the game for me in gaming because we were able to do co-op, multiplayer. We all had better internet then, so it was me and my friends, crushing all the maps. It was a lot of fun. We played Halo for years, and I've been an Xbox fanboy just because of Halo. Like I didn't even buy PS4, PS3, PS5, so I'm a bit of a minority now. I know Microsoft's been slipping. I know that, but I can't walk away from that amazing game franchise that made me fall in love with gaming. So now I'm back on PC, man. I'm back on PC. Like now I'm playing metalcore with my HP Omen rig. Love it. 3090 running hot, very hot. I'm sweating in here, and gaming real hard. So yeah, I've always loved games for sure.
For sure. Um, Bro, I've been gaming since I was a young like baby, bro. Um, my brother was big into gaming. He was big into sniping on like Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1.
Oh really?
Yeah, he was big into that. He always streamed and stuff too. So that's, kind of where I got my love from gaming. There's clips of me playing Black Ops 2 sniping off of this one map. I would do like 720 no scopes off of it at 4. It's somewhere on YouTube. I don't even
That's
know.
pretty serious. That's pretty
Bro,
serious, man.
bro, I loved it. We would always bring his PS3 to the beach and just play games, at night. So I've always been in love with games. Then the Wii too. Oh, the Wii got me into
Oh
gaming real
yeah,
big.
we bowling for sure. Strike.
Yes. Oh, bro,
Nice.
don't catch me in some Wii bowling now. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that. You don't want that. But yeah, then I got my first like PC, which was handed down from my brother at probably like 9, 10. I think ever since then I've kind of seen the opportunity. With my brother, I always saw, he genuinely had fun with streaming. And I was like, man, I want to do that because I look up to him. I'll be honest. I'm mean to him sometimes, but I love him. But
Well, hey, it looks like you're off to a great start. I mean, what you got the Shure MV7 running,
yeah,
right?
I just built
I
my
mean,
first. I
you
just
got
built
stuff
my
going on.
first rig. I have another PC at my dad's house. It has a 4080 in it. This one has a 4070 Super,
Whew,
13700K. And very blessed to buy
nice.
those for myself. So you know, um, we're
Yeah,
having
that
fun
is
in some
it's working
games,
out.
and I hope that
What are
some.
the Web3 games that you're into? I heard that you're into Mix
Ooh,
Mob. Is that true?
I love Mix Mob. I love the Mix Mob team too. Actually, I'm
Tell
talking
me
about.
about your reaction. Tell me about your reaction to playing Mix Mob. I'm really
Okay,
curious right now.
I'm playing. Choo, choo, choo. And I'm bad. Okay, I'm bad. I'll be honest. I'm bad at that one. Okay, I don't get the Mario Kart. What am I thinking? The Mario Kart genes in my family. So
Got it.
I'm not really good, but I talk a lot of trash. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those people that even if I'm bad at something, I'll talk my stuff because I think I'm good. I have a little bit of an ego. I can't be telling people I'm
All right.
bad. But it's super
Right. Yeah.
fun.
Let them figure that out for themselves.
Exactly,
You gotta fake it
exactly,
till you make it sometimes.
exactly. So I don't know. It's super dope. It's super crisp too. There's not a lot of stuttering, which I like. It's a browser game too, which is super dope. Like anyone can play, and their mobile game is coming out really soon. They're actually pushing
Oh,
their
really?
mobile. Yeah, their mobile's coming out. Oh, is it May? Early, like mid May, late May. So that'll be dope. Mobile is big, I think, for any game, because the mobile market is so big that I think they'll do really well. Um,
Yeah, I
whoo!
totally agree.
Gato,
And you
thank you
got
for the
phones
gold.
getting more and more powerful, so they can play like bigger and better games on just the phone. You know, as we keep going, like we're not
Yeah,
just talking about Yahtzee and Snake anymore. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, and I love that game. More games, Portals. I love Portals. Portals is big.
All
I
right,
can see
all right.
that. I'm friends with those founders too. I'm friends with a lot of founders now that I'm talking about it. But um, I think Portals will be dope because a monetization on their maps, which is I think big for creators too. It just brings people in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Fortnite creative system. You know what I mean? Because there's
Yes.
people. I mean, there's people making millions of dollars a month from a Fortnite map. That's crazy to me, but it's possible. You know what I mean? And I think Web3 opens that up even more. So I'm hyped to see what they do. And it's also like a Roblox, which kids love Roblox, and you can't go
Yeah.
wrong
I
with
mean,
Roblox.
user generated content makes a lot of sense because I remember. Okay, so let me tell you this, Carter. Do you have a VR setup like an
I do
Oculus,
not.
something like that?
No, I do
All
not.
right,
Sadly.
so so I've got the Oculus Quest 2 set up, and I mostly use it for racing sims in VR, like with my racing rig. But uh, but I also used it for like metaverse. You know, they had a metaverse inside the Oculus Quest 2
Hmm.
called Alt Space, and that was like a make your own houses, make your own worlds, like visit your friends' worlds. You know, you could have parties. They had stand-up comedy clubs that were purely virtual, and comedians would be there
Ooh.
virtually doing comedy. You know, you have nightclubs in there. And so my wife and I both of us, we were both in there like designing worlds, hosting events. I was DJing in VR. We would have parties with like 600 people there. It was dope and it was super fun. But the problem was we spent all these hours, all this creative energy, and like what were we getting out of it other than entertainment? Like there's a certain point where entertainment becomes work when you're doing user generated content. Like you're sitting there
Hmm.
making something that brings value to other people in the game ecosystem. And at some point, you're going to want to get rewarded for that, you know? So blockchain makes a lot of sense when we're talking about games like you were talking about, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like the Decentralands, the sandboxes, you know, that kind of thing makes a lot of sense when you put blockchain in the mix.
For sure. For sure. And I think it's dope that there's a lot of different people in Portals. Like there's a lot of different people building different games. It's not sure there's a lot of platformers right now, but there's also a shooter coming out soon. There's a um MMO I think coming out soon that someone's building.
For
There's
real?
yeah.
Wow.
Boss was telling me about that. There's a can I leak this? Yeah, I can leak it. There's like a basketball mode in the works. Which is dope, like a 2K kind of mode. Um,
Really?
yes, there's a racing mode already out. I saw it in the chat earlier. And bro, it's just like so dope that like people are actually building on that and they're just having fun. Like, and there's no even money in it right now. When there's money in it, I think people will build even more dope stuff to get
Yes.
people to come to their game. Like, bro, oh, I
Yes.
can just see it already. I can see their vision. Bro, it's so like clear right now. I can see it.
I,
So
to- I totally agree. I'm aligned with your vision on that. I mean, I'll just add though that it's a great narrative to have, you know, for UGC versus like pay to win NFT more powerful equals I win narrative that, you know, traditional gamers often bring up when they're skeptical of having Web3 stuff in games. They're like, well, what's the point if other people can buy an NFT and kill me every time? But
mhm.
when you're talking about UGC, like game creators are getting rewards for creating their own versions of their own games within that ecosystem. That doesn't really matter anymore. It's more like rewarding creators. So like OneKin is big on that as well. Like for our ecosystem, like our goal is to put power directly back into the hands of the players and the creators. And so that makes a lot of sense. You know, it makes sense that people are hyped about this UGC stuff. Like I actually heard some uh, not salt or shade, but more like constructive criticism from some people about Sandbox by saying that the Sandbox engine can only generate certain gameplay loops. So
Mm,
like you could only really generate a game where like you're running around and collecting points and like collecting an item and you're just kind of shuffling around some objects on a map.
mhm.
But when I heard you describe all the different types of gameplay loops that you can create in Portal, you know, from racing to basketball to shooters, like that's a very broad scope of development that people can have in that ecosystem. So I think that's a big catalyst. That'll be a big catalyst to their success.
Yeah, for for sure.
They got challenges too, but I'm sure everybody does. You know, every project has them. But if you're going to have a way to create your own types of games, make sure that it's not just different variations of one type of game. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly, exactly.
yeah.
Don't just make them all platformers, shooters, whatever. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's like
Hmm.
to bring up Fortnite again. You know, I'm young. That's a game I play. There's a lot of different. You know, there's obstacle courses. There's sure practice maps. There's horror games. Like, bro, there's a bunch of stuff, and I think that's where Portals is going to be real soon.
Very
So,
cool. Very
yeah.
cool. So who are your other friends? Like, who are your friends in the Web3 space that you like to kick it with? You mentioned that you know a few different founders and some teams, but maybe also some other creators, perhaps?
Um, I'm really good friends with the DJ and Legends guys. So like
Okay,
Pyfly,
nice.
all of
Yeah.
them. Really good friends with them, and I don't know. Gatto, shout out Gatto, he's in the chat. Um, but I would say
Nice.
I don't know. I'm friends with a lot of people, but there's not too many people in Web3 that I'm like, I would say I'm crazy close with, because I don't know. I just kind of work hard on stuff, so I don't really.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I don't know how these creators can work triple overtime on networking and creating content and living their lives and maybe working a different job as well. So, you know, it's no easy feat to do that. Like, even I suffer from that too. Like, it's
Yeah,
just tough for me to, you know, stay in the loop and keep growing my network as well. So that makes a lot of sense to hear that. But I'm already pretty impressed with what you're doing creating your content, Carter, and it's really entertaining to watch for me at least. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know, when I'm working, bro. Like, I can't be in a VC talking to someone when I'm, reaching out to projects to have podcasts with, or writing down stuff, writing scripts for videos, stuff like that. I can't do that. So I'll have, some music up, and I'll just be locked in. I turn my phone off. I don't, Snapchat's off, and everything that, kids my age are on, that's off. My phone's usually out of my room, to be honest, and just lock in. And I'll work, and I'll set a timer, and then after that timer's up, I'll chill. I'll take a break. I'll take a step back, and then I'll go back in. Just gotta, I don't know. I just gotta work hard.
Yeah, and I'm really glad to hear that because it's really easy to get sucked into the hype cycle of the crypto space, especially like on places like Twitter. And you need to take breaks and stuff. It's just we're inundated with all this content, all this news, all these things, all this potential at all times, and it can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes, like especially
Hmm.
for new people to the space.
Yeah,
So yeah, work-life balance and focus super important.
for sure, for sure. And you gotta turn your phone off sometimes. Don't use the focus. If you have Apple, please use the focus on your Apple phone, bro. I love that so much. I literally just mute every notification, and it helps me so much. Do not get sucked into hearing that notification ding or anything on your phone. Do not
Hmm.
look at that, because as soon as you do that, you're on your phone. I'm gonna be honest. That's just how it is.
True. Wait, let me ask you this: how did you first get into the crypto space in general? Like, what was
I
your
was actually
first
gonna ask you
foray into
that,
it?
but yeah, we'll talk about
I'll
that.
tell you
Well,
mine. I'll tell you mine after. Yeah, yeah,
for
go
sure,
for
for
it.
sure, for sure. So again, my brother, he's a big part of my life. I'm gonna be honest. But my brother, I watched him in 2020, 2021, something like that. He started trading, and I watched him for 3 months. 3 months. Wait, what's March? 3 months. So 4 months.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
I saw him in these discords, saw him trading, making some money. And I was like, oh man, like this is dope. I like the community aspect of it. And I was like, man, how do I make a crypto wallet? He's taught me, and I sent him actually I gave him $100. That birthday money, that Christmas money. But
Bags.
I know. And I was like, buy me a soul. At that time, soul was $100. So I was like, one soul, boom, there you go. And I bought my first dope cat. That was my first project ever. I love dope cats for life, bro, for life. And then
Nice.
bought a dope cat, had that for a long time, and just started gaining dope cats, would sell them, buy more dope cats, and then I started venturing into some more. Fancy Frenchies was a big one.
Hmm.
Other than that, I don't know. I would just kind of chill. I like the community aspect, and then kind of just buy. I just kind of just got into buying different stuff, like things that I liked, different art, different projects that I
Sure.
liked, or hype projects. I would sell those and stuff. I'll never forget this. I made about $3 to $5,000 on my 13th birthday from flipping NFTs. So that was like a big like
From
oh
flipping NFTs on your
yeah
13th birthday.
yeah I that was a big milestone for me. I was like, oh man, I'm hooked. That was when I
That
was like,
is,
oh man, I gotta lock in now. And
wow.
then I started like
I'm super impressed. Yeah.
started loving it, and I don't know. I started looking at it more money and community and connections too. So that's kind of my story. How did you get into or not working? Sorry, how did you get into Web3?
Yeah, sure. In 2017, just living my life, everything normal. And then my boss came to me and said, "Hey, I have some questions about this Bitcoin thing." And I was like, "What's that?" And so he always knew that I was like a pretty technical guy. Back in the day, I used to work for a thermal imaging photonics lab and blah, 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 blah. So he was like, "Can you tell me more about this Bitcoin thing?" And I was like, "Yes, as soon as I find out what that is." So I basically went over and researched Bitcoin and everything about Bitcoin and watching YouTube videos and all this stuff for like 2 weeks straight. And then I went back to him and I was like, all right, I know everything about Bitcoin. I'm going to just buy a lot of Bitcoin right now. Like I figured out what it is, what it does, why it's cool. And that's why I got involved. So he wanted to know about it and I didn't know what it was. And it took about 14 days from hearing about it to buying my first amounts of Bitcoin, which I think was pretty quick because I meet a lot of people that hear about it. Like I heard about it in 2013 and I
Hmm.
didn't do anything about that. And now it's 2018 and oops, I should have probably bought a little bit of Bitcoin in 2013. You know how that story goes, right? So,
Yeah, my dad was
uh,
just telling me that story not too long ago because I was telling him about some crypto stuff. I was like, bro, buy Solana.
yeah,
It's gonna go up. This is why. He's like, I learned about this crypto thing, this Bitcoin thing, in 20 whatever. He's like, I had to buy it off of like this little hard drive. Is that what it's called? I was like, yeah, bro. Um,
yeah.
so it's been fun trying to teach him, but
Yeah, and you go far enough back in time, Carter, Bitcoin transactions used to be like mailing a paper check to an address in a different country and then getting mailed like a private key back in the mail.
that's
And that was
crazy.
how you did a Bitcoin transaction. Like it was nuts. That was before a little before my time, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see how far the space has come, and it was really interesting to see Bitcoin touching new all-time highs again in 2024, when many people were expecting that not to happen until like 2025 or so. So it's almost like we're seeing a quickening as well as just an overall growth of the space. So I thought that was really interesting
Yeah, for
to
sure.
see.
For sure. While we're talking about us in Web3, what is your favorite
Sure.
thing or favorite things about Web3?
I'll definitely circle back to community like you did earlier. This is a way to monetize communities, not just in sucking value out of a community, but creating cyclical microcosms of an economy within a community where people that contribute benefit. And I
Hmm.
think that's always been a powerful proposition for Web3. And I think that skeptics tend to lean on, the scams or the shady projects that are just like rug pulling or like pulling value and then dipping. But, you know, if you go deeper into the space, you don't have to go that far deep down to see what's really going on, the real value that's being presented in these different communities, these different projects, whether we're building real products, we're building real communities, members in the communities can get opportunities to, get rewards and other things like that. And for me, I've always been very big on opportunities. Like I don't need handouts. I don't need free get rich quick. That's not what I need. What I have is a broad skill set that I can apply to any type of thing I want to do. And the crypto space has allowed me to apply every single skill I have to the same end goal, within the same industry. So as a creative and as a professional, somebody who likes to mix art with business, the Web3 space is really a good fit for me. And I think that as we've seen, people like you, the content creators, making cool deals with different um, games and publishers and also projects. You can own your own business. You get to
Hmm.
decide who you talk about and who you partner with. You get to, get that freedom of not having a boss telling you what to do. Like you're running your own stuff and you're building a network. Like that kind of opportunity is tough to come by in mature spaces where there's already too much competition. So, the Web3 space, we're still getting started. Like Bitcoin is a little over a decade old now, but in Bitcoin years, that's not a long time. Like,
Hmm.
talk about Bitcoin in 30 years from now, talk about Bitcoin in 20 years from now. Like, that's a whole different story. So, we are both in, and all of the people that we're connecting with in this space are in a really cool opportunity, a cool position to take advantage of these opportunities, to, express ourselves and contribute.
For
And
sure.
I think that's a really cool thing.
For sure. Yeah, I always say that my favorite thing is A, the friends I've made, the communities that I've been
Mhm.
in. Um, and B, the opportunities. Just like you said, it was funny. Like, I don't know if you saw, but I smiled as soon as you said opportunities because I was like, man, that's literally what I tell everyone. It's, bro, my phone keeps buzzing. But it's like, so, there's so much opportunity. And I bring up this, like, with me every time because, me, this little 12-year-old, this little squeaker was able to get on spaces and talk and show themselves and
See,
give,
see, that's what's going on, Carter. Like, that's literally what's up,
yeah, it's
Yes.
like, it's crazy to me that, I was 12 talking to these people with hundreds of thousands of followers that I would have looked up to today and now I'm friends with. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
it's like, I don't know. There's so much opportunity. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you come from, what skin color you are, what you believe in, anything. Like, Web3 is for you. It's for everyone. And that's what I love about it.
I am 100% here for that. That was very profound, Carter. Yes. And one of the things that attracted me to Onekin as well is it really embodies that type of ethos, because our goal is to amalgamate all of the disparate silos in the space to provide an easy user experience for anybody that wants to get into the Web3 arena. And we do that with a service that's upcoming called One Pass, where essentially it's like the Xbox Game Pass of Web3 games. So imagine that instead of like dealing with all of these different tools and all these different interfaces and being like, how does this work? How does that work? How do I get these assets in this game? How do I get those assets in that game? You can just subscribe to a monthly subscription using either your credit card, like a normal Web2 type subscription, or using crypto, and then get access to exclusive Web3 content that's coming out of Web3 games that are partnered with us. So imagine like exclusive skins or NFTs that you can get just because you're a holder of the One Pass. And that doesn't stop there. It could even mean distributions of game currencies and tokens from partnered games. All of this stuff just kind of opens up when you become a member of the One Pass. And we have over 100 titles signed and ready to rock for 2024. So that's a very cool thing.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. We're 30 minutes in now, so we'll kind of start filtering into Onekin a little bit. We've been talking about, us for, a little bit now, which it's been fun.
It's been sick.
It's
Yeah,
been
it's been
super
tight.
fun. It's been super fun. But we came here to get business done. Boom. So, how long has Onekin been around?
So Onekin has been developing for the past couple years or so. Recently, they started off coming together to create games on the Solana ecosystem, and now they have pivoted to a broader approach to assisting the user experience in the Web3 space to
Hmm.
get the next billion Web2 people into Web3. And they're designing these. Well, I say they, but we. Okay. So I'm talking about the dev team. Okay. That's why I say they. I am the marketing manager of Onekin. I am Onekin as well. but I was talking about what the dev team is building. Okay. Um, but yeah, like that's like the main goal. So these different services, products. We are also planning to launch our own chain this year called One Chain, which helps to bridge and connect and assimilate all of these other disparate silos and chains and protocols and games together into one destination. But it's not forced, so it's just an optional value add that any game can also be a part of the OneKin ecosystem as well, even if they're already a part of Solana, even if they're already a part of AVAX or anything like that. By the way, Polygon and AVAX and Solana are all strategic investors within
Hmm.
OneKin, and we're coming together to make something special.
For sure, for sure. What kind of games did they make like before?
Hmm. Well, I am relatively new to the team, so I haven't quite yet
I
delved deeply into exactly what it was. But there are two collections that were associated with OneKin prior, which are Rugged Revenants and Savannah. And
Oh,
so
okay.
those are the
I
ones.
know what those
Mhm.
are, because I used to work with Rug Revenants. I just remembered. I didn't even remember that, to be honest. But I think Rug Revenants, it was a game where it was like a platformer type shooter-ish game. It was like a Super Smash Bros. Game,
Okay,
where
nice.
if you beat X amount of levels, you would get a treasure chest, and after the treasure chest, you would be able to open it in their, what is it? Their site. There we go. Um,
Mhm.
and you would get an NFT. There was like a D God in there. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But apparently obviously the D God was really hard to get. It was pretty much impossible. But that was that. And then Savannah was a metaverse, I think. It was like a metaverse where everything was like kind of connected. There was like a cyber samurai's little samurai shack, and then there was like the Rug Revenants thing. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to
Mhm.
remember, but I remember there was like game nights hosted in there too.
Okay, nice. Well, look at you. Like you're teaching me about OneKin, even though I am OneKin. So thank you for that.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, like
Of
I'm
course.
the new kid on the block over there. So, I'm getting my bearings, and it's been a really great ride so far.
Of course.
So this is really good. I'm really glad that you already knew about that stuff, so that I don't just sit here being like, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I
So
thought
thank you
that's
for
what I
that.
thought Winkin was behind those, but I forgot. What even do you
Yeah.
even know what happened to those? Because I don't. Because after I was off the team, I kind of just
Mhm.
stayed away and was.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, anybody that's curious about what's going on with Rugged Reverence and Savannah, I do encourage everybody to join our Discord server. Like we still interact with everybody in those communities regularly. So if you hit onekin.io and then hit the Discord, then you can jump in. I'm also in there all the time as well, and you'll get updates and new intel and what's going on. That's actually a pretty good segue to talk about our social initiative that we're launching actually today, Carter. Like you're kind of
Oh!
getting an exclusive on this. Yeah,
Oh!
we are launching a brand new product that's never been seen by anyone before today at 6 p.m. Pacific, and it's called Moonbase. It's a dashboard, a destination where you can go to do social missions and get rewards in the terms of spice. So as people do these social missions and get spice, later on in future seasons, we'll be deploying Savannah and Rugged Revenant spice multipliers so that if you have Rugged Revenants NFTs or Savannah NFTs, you can connect your wallet and achieve a spice multiplier to get that spice faster. And what's the purpose of spice? Well, it's going to be used as a ledger, a scoreboard, if you will, for dishing out really cool exclusive benefits and rewards from within the OneKin ecosystem. That could range from eligibility for our TGE later this year. That could range from exclusive Web3 assets from our partner games. It could also even possibly include other ecosystem tokens and eligibility for that. So there you go, Carter. Like you heard it here first right now. Moonbase is launching today.
I'm gonna get the tweet ready. I appreciate that, bro. That's why you come on the Bear Market Builders. That's why you watch.
The
But
planets are aligning.
exactly. That's dope though. Ice Spice. That's exactly what I thought of when you said spice. I'm ruined. My head is
Ice
so messed
Spice.
up. Yeah,
I'm
my
gonna
head
turn
is
my
so
headphones
messed up.
all the way down for that one. Ice Spice.
Yeah, bro. Oh man, that boy's a liar. You know what I mean? Man, that boy's a liar. um, but we'll get back into that. So how can games get involved with OneKin? Do you guys have to reach out to those games, or do those games have to reach out to you? How does that work?
I love that question. So now that we're in springtime, we've come out of stealth with our vision for the OneKin ecosystem and what's coming for 2024. So we've been reaching out to a lot of different games, publishers, and studios in the space to partner with us and add themselves to our growing list of partners. So far, we've secured a really good number of really warm, hot leads that are interested, and they communicate with our ecosystem and growth team to get onboarded. So that consists of Justin Lucas, who's the director of ecosystem and growth. We can find him at JL1kin on X. And then also Retrimentum is also lending a helping hand on the ecosystem and growth team. So we are reaching out to games and projects, but also it's really easy. If there's a game that wants to partner with us, just head over to our website at onekin.io, and there's a partner with us link that they can click on to fill out a really quick form.
Dope. Retrium, is that how you say his name? Yeah.
Retrimentum, yeah.
Retrimentum. Bro, he's a goat. I remember him from a long
Oh,
time ago.
really?
I
Yeah.
remember him
So
from
you
a
know
long
what's
time
up.
ago. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. I met him. I remember him when they were hosting Shark Tanks on, was it the Savannah or the One Kin? I forget. It was one of those accounts.
Ah,
They would host Shark Tanks where like these projects would come up and show themselves every, was it every Saturday? Something like that, bro. It
uh-huh.
was so fun. That was on my weekly schedule to go to the, you know, Shark Tank space. So he's a goat.
Oh yeah. That's
But
what's up, man.
that going in, Retrimentum. There we go. Remind me of, is there like, who's your team consisted of? Are
Mhm.
there big people that have worked at big corps, or are there just a small little dev team that has, just came together as friends?
Yeah, for sure. And it's always very cool when, a small group of people come together as friends to do something special. It definitely helps when there's a large pedigree of expertise within the team as well. And One Can Labs is no exception. We have our CEO, Jack O'Neill, who discovered crypto in 2012 while doing work with Lenovo and has been in the space. I mean, he's OG, like I might be
Yeah,
OG, he's double OG at least. And we also have Zofris. Zofris is definitely a player out there in the space as well. I mean, he's got a CryptoPunk profile pic on his X account. So, that's definitely got to be some kind of OG right there.
of
And he's
course.
the CTO. So he's overseeing all the tech and really great stuff coming out of the tech team at OneKin. So we definitely have some great team members here. Justin Lucas, grinds really hard for ecosystem and growth, getting all these partnerships, which is not a simple thing to do. But it really helps having a robust product suite underneath to drive that adoption and growth. So the team, really coming together really well and works and collaborates with each other very effectively. I'm definitely lucky and happy to be on the team as well myself. So we're going to see how this goes, but we are very bullish on everything that's coming out of OneKin Labs in terms of product. And we're also onboarding external teams on the marketing side as well to help us with reach and growth there. So yeah, I mean, 2024 plus OneKin Labs should equal some really cool things coming down.
That's dope. That's dope. Now I'm bullish. I'm bullish. From what I've heard tonight, bro, I can tell you guys are actually cooking this time. Can tell this is like, I didn't hear a lot of the people that I used to hear, so that does kind of
Hmm.
make me bullish. I can tell that you guys kind of stepped away for a second and came back together, and you guys kept the people that were actually building. So that's bullish. That's, you guys are like the phase right now. You guys are like phase right now. They dropped how many people, and now they're 14 people, 14 friends just going at it. So that's bullish
Definitely. And I mean, I'll say that our list of strategic investors is definitely nothing to sneeze at either. For this new endeavor, with One Chain, with the One Pass, with all this stuff, there was a strategic investment round in 2023 that included these heavy hitter protocols, Savannah, Phantom, AVAX, Polygon, and then also some notable investment funds and firms as well, Z Prime Capital and others. And of course, also some really great angels that also jumped in there as well. So, having that support on the financial side as well, and from those strategic players, really positions OneKin Labs to succeed with all the goals that we have set forth. And they are ambitious goals. When you're going this broad, when you're going this zoom out on the space, and that's your value add, that's your proposition, you got to think big and you got to do big.
for
So,
sure.
we have some support there for sure.
For sure. I feel like the one kin meetings are probably dope every week. I can tell that you guys are like, the brainstorming sessions are probably crazy. They're probably
They're
crazy.
nuts. Yeah, we were wrapping up some Moonbase brainstorming today and doing some final tweaks and tests on Moonbase. And yeah, you're right. It's getting nuts, getting crazy. There's
For sure.
so much creativity in all those meetings as well.
Yeah, yeah. I've started having meetings again, on the grind, on the grind. And bro, it's so fun to just mess around and pass around ideas with people. Forgot how fun it is. But then there's also meetings where it's like boring, but it's okay. It's okay. So, is the dev team in house, by the way?
Yes, dev team is in house and very lean and agile, very effective.
Uh-huh.
And it's more so on the marketing and biz dev side that we're working with external entities, and we've just pulled in some great players there. So yeah, I mean we're building a team out here. It's happening.
For sure. Um, Now it's always better when the dev team is in house because they get stuff out so much quicker. You don't have to wait for other people to get their stuff done for yours to get started. So it's always bullish when I hear that a dev team is in house.
I don't disagree with that. That's for sure.
How do you think OneKin's gonna boost Web3 gaming? What is like you already said about the OneKin pass?
Yeah, the one pass,
Do
definitely.
you think that'll bring in people, or what do you think about that will bring in people to the space?
Yeah, well, on the surface, when you look at OneKin and the ecosystem that's coming, it's easy to point at user acquisition as the goal. So we are a user acquisition entity designed to help our partners get more players into their games. That is why we get up in the morning. Get these cool Web3 games that are already cool, get them more players, get them more eyeballs. So we have different approaches to achieve that, and one pass is one of them. But we think it's definitely a big approach. You know, it's a big rocket that we're firing off because it allows like your friend that has never even dealt with anything related to crypto to like press one button and subscribe to a service that gets them exclusive Web3 content. And now they feel like they're in the space without having to be overwhelmed by 8,000 YouTube videos and white papers and, you know, Telegram chats and all these things that can make a traditional gamer be like, I thought I was here to play games. You know, like that's where we're at right now in Web3, right? We're still dealing with all these comms that are coming out of all these games, which may not be directly at gamers, and just make them be like, I don't really get what's going on anymore. Like I thought this was about a video game. So
Mhm.
one pass is designed to take that and distill that down to, hey, press this button, get cool Web3 content from all these different games and ecosystems. You'll be a part of the space and you don't have to do any work. So I think when you talk to your friend about it in that way, it really makes the proposition have more value than usual. Because you know,
Yeah.
I like back when I was in metalcore, I'm trying to talk to my friends about metalcore, and metalcore is an amazing game. You download it really easily. It's on the Epic Game Store. You launch it, you play it. You're playing metalcore. You know, like to me, that's like the tip of the spear for Web3 gaming. Like
Hmm.
most Web3 gaming onboarding processes involve like 82 steps and going
Yes.
to different places and
Yes.
connecting wallets and blah 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 blah. Right. So we're trying to, with the one pass and one chain as well, and dApps that will be interoperable, we're trying to create that seamless user experience where they can play any game from any chain and feel like they're just playing a normal video game, but they're getting those Web3 benefits in the background. That's the goal for OneKin and going forward.
For sure. Um, Two questions came up there. One, how much is the OneKin pass going to be for people?
So I haven't seen public announcements of the one can pass monthly subscription amounts, but I do know that there will probably be tiers, so
Okay.
you can choose like what tier is most comfortable
So
for
like an
you.
Xbox Game Pass.
And yeah, and then also stay tuned for news later this year announcing a major partnership to help us with distributing the service, which is not a small partner. That's all I can say. All right. It's not a small partner. Watch us later this year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and second of all, is there gonna be like a OneKin launcher, kind of like Epic Games? Because I feel like if there is a launcher, it would be a lot easier for people to just go
Hmm.
and download that game because say for like Nigh on Heroes or Metalcore, it's on the Epic Games Store, and it's been so much easier to say, "Oh, hey, blank and blank, someone my age, go download this game on the Epic Games Store, and we can play." You know, they don't have to go on the website, like you said, and just go through 82 steps to, play this boring game. Respectfully, some of these games are not that fun that you have to go through 82 steps to be. So, is there going to be like a launcher?
Yeah, I love that question. Well, let's call this meeting them in the middle because it's a bit early to start talking about things like one can launchers. I mean, there are launchers in the space that are doing well, and we're also partnered with launchers that we like. So we're letting other entities in the ecosystem overall kind of contribute their value in those pieces. And then we're meeting them in the middle on allowing players to cross receive benefits from different ecosystems that might be on different launchers and all of these other things. So you know, we know already that the space is moving towards user accessibility, which is what we needed and what we have needed since like 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still going to have that missing piece of how to get an amalgamation of rewards easily. And so that's where one pass steps in. Now, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot here because one chain could have some great powers to it and some new features that, we have yet to announce that we're going to be implementing into the chain. But we have partnerships running right now with existing like launcher platforms that we really like a lot. So like we're not here to replace incumbents in the space, especially the builders who are just really dedicated to improving things for everyone.
Hmm.
We believe at OneKin that there is no such thing as competitors, only future partners. And that's how we've set up our mission, our product suite, our value proposition.
For sure, for sure. And is there going to be like for these games, will people still have to connect their wallets, or will there be like a built-in wallet, which I think would be a dope idea because that's literally one less thing that people have to worry about. And then when they want to withdraw out, then they can go make their wallet and learn how to make a wallet.
An extremely insightful question right there. Yeah, no. So now we're starting to talk about another product called One Kit. So we have One Pass, we have One Chain, we also have One Kit. Okay, so One Kit is used by game creators, developer studios, publishers, in order to integrate their game, their tech with our services and products. So part of the One Kit will probably include a wallet that will allow everything to be stored in one place across many different chains. And it could even run in the background as people stack rewards. It automatically goes to those wallets so that whenever they wish and they want to turn on their Web3, let's see what I got, let's see what's going on, they can do that through that integration. So we wanted to make sure that for sure we had a piece in our product lineup that allowed for the integration on the other side as well, not just the front end integrations for end users and gamers.
How am I learning about new tools 50 minutes in, bro? This is crazy. This is wild to me. This is wild. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big vision, man. Like
Okay.
I will not lie here. It's a big vision. There's a lot of pieces.
Bro, holy cow. Okay. So how about we just knock this out of the park right now? Name some tools, all of the tools actually, so I don't be getting, a brain anymore. What are all of OneKin's tools right now?
Okay, 10 seconds each. Are you ready? All right.
Oh, here we go.
10 seconds each. So, One Pass subscription service. Okay, Web2 gamers get in real easy to Web3, get rewards. One Pass merges and will become One Pass for Discovery platform. It's a separate thing where you can say like, what are the cool games? Okay, so that's one. One Kit, the integration for tech so that they can get their tools, their backends integrated into our stuff. Then we've got One Chain coming. One Chain is going to be the connectivity layer between all these different protocols and then unify the entire space. And then also we've got Moonbase, which is our social initiative. Moonbase, you can get Spice, and that Spice will help you be eligible for real rewards in the ecosystem. And that's just getting started, bro. I think we're good for that right now. I think we're good right there right now.
Yeah,
but we're just getting started, fam.
Dang, bro, that's crazy. Okay, so let's go into Moonbase. Holy, bro, just said it. And I already forgot it. Moonbase. You already said it was like a social platform. What kind of social platform? Is it going to be like a Twitter kind of platform, or is it going to be a metaverse kind of platform where people can walk around, talk to each other? You know what I mean? Just a bunch of different social platforms. What kind of platform is it going to be?
So not a social platform, but a social engagement platform. So we're thinking of, other entities that run these platforms so that you can achieve quests. And then when you achieve quests, you get rewards. So I think that DQuest is a good example of this, where you can do things and then get stuff. And those things may be inside of a game, or those things may be outside of the game, like social quests. So that's why we call Moonbase a social engagement platform. There can be quests where you're like, yo, go watch the latest Mix Mob trailer that just came out. Click here to watch that. And then you'll get Spice. So that would be like an example of a quest. Now we're launching with our first collaborator, Block Lords. Block Lords is a super sick strategy game that kind of reminds me a little bit of like Age of Empires from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really sweet how they have you go from like a lowly peasant and you work your way up, you get clout, all the way up to king status. And it's this strategy kind of top-down thing. So we have Block Lords missions that are launching on Moonbase. so that people can learn more about block lords. So doing things like following block lords on Twitter or watching block lords trailer, things like that. These are all these quests that give you spice. And then also you can post about Onekin Labs, hashtag Moonbase, or cash tag OneCoin, and then you'll get spice for the performance of those posts as well. So this is a social engagement platform that puts power directly back into users' hands.
Okay. So how can people get involved? Okay. One side, how can
Mhm.
people join and start engaging? And the second side of that is how can people get involved and start posting for other people to start engaging with their thing or their post?
Understand. Okay, understand. So part one, super easy, 2 clicks. Click one, go to moonbase.onekin.io. And then click two is click login with Twitter. Now all of a sudden you're in the dashboard, boom, you're in. You can start doing quests, you can start harvesting spice. Super easy to do. Now the process for getting your own quests in the Moonbase as maybe a game, for example, that goes back to our ecosystem and growth team. So you can reach out to Justin Lucas, that is JL1kin on Twitter. You can also fill out the form on our website to partner with us. And then once you become our partner, then we can get you into our queue for having your own custom missions inserted into Moonbase, which is
Dope.
something we're really proud of. Yeah.
For sure. And then I think that'll be a big thing too. Like once the platform grows, you'll see even more games coming to OneKin to, set up their Moonbase and their OneKit account and stuff like that. Like I think it's gonna be big.
Precisely.
And all these who just honked. But no, once like no. Here's what I was gonna say. After that car, everything is starting to show that it all connects somehow. All these tools are somehow connected somehow, and I
Yes.
think that it's pretty dope. Like, the social platform and one kit. Like, you can build like dope stuff, and once you have that built from one kit, you can boom Moonbase and start getting engagement on it, and then it's just like that's super dope. You love to see it.
Yes. And hopefully, we can use everything that we're doing to help the true builders in the space get more eyes on their project, get more players in their game. Like that's the whole idea. If
Hmm.
you make the coolest game ever and nobody knows about it, what's going on then? You're like, come on.
Yeah, and that
So
I
we're
think that
out here to try to get eyes on everybody's games.
yeah, I think that happens a lot too with not even just games, like projects in general. Like there's a lot of people that are genuinely building something super cool, but they just get passed up because either they don't have a big enough following, they don't know how to market, stuff like that. And they're actual builders, and they're a lot better builders than some of these top projects. And like you just hate to see it, but with Moonbase and stuff like that, you'll be able to show off what you're actually doing, show off that you are an actual builder, and just run it up, bro. Like just start
Yes,
having fun,
sir.
get people playing your game, doing whatever you're building. I think that's dope.
Well, I appreciate that, Carter. I'll definitely throw your compliments over to the team as well. I'm sure they'll
For
love to hear
sure,
it.
for sure. It's like complimenting the cook. You know what I mean? It's like complimenting the cook at a restaurant. Uh,
Yeah, no
so
doubt.
I'm gonna jump back to you. Who's someone that like you look up to? I know this. Probably should have went over this earlier, but I just read it on my Google
Okay.
Doc. Who's someone you look up to? It could be in Web3 or it could just be in general in life.
Man, it's a really profound question. I haven't really had to answer that quickly before, but
This one always is a hard one for people. I like it. I like it.
to be okay, I got one. I got one for you, man. Honestly, I'm going with Dr. Mike on this. So his YouTube channel, I was enthralled with his channel and how he was able to grow it and give some expert advice as a medical professional in YouTube, but also add tons of entertainment value. I've always had a lot of respect for content creators that could cut through the noise and bring something unique to the space, especially if it's so oversaturated. And YouTube is very saturated, like in most niches by now. It's 2024. Like I remember the day that YouTube turned on. All right. So like I
Oh,
know what it was like when there was nobody there and it was like a gopher turning around and that was a video and it went viral. And so seeing Dr. Mike, his channel, I had the pleasure of meeting him in person in LA as well. Ran into him randomly, got into one of his videos as well. And yeah, I would say I definitely look up to him for sure. Very efficient executor in content production.
for sure. For
How
sure.
about
I
you?
love it.
How about you? I'm curious about your answer
Man.
now.
Um could either be my mom. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. She just with the work ethic. Like,
Damn it, Carter! Why you got to go second and say your mom and make me look dumb for not saying my mom? No, I'm just, I just,
oh no, I don't know. You even went first, and you were like, you know,
yeah.
that's whatever.
Hey, you could
I'll
have
say,
said your mom and you didn't. Like,
no,
I'm just playing with you.
I'll say another one too. Let me think for a second though. Let me think. Who's someone?
It's a default that it's our moms. All right, we both have our moms. That's a default.
Exactly. Make you look a little bit better. I'm gonna think of someone outside of family and stuff like that, because I could also say my brother, but you know we're gonna go outside. I could say hold on. Myself.
See, I had to think a little bit too. Yeah.
Myself tomorrow. You know, I feel like, or no.
Nice.
I could say myself yesterday too. Okay, I'll say myself yesterday and tomorrow, because one, I think that every day you get better. You learn something, no matter if you see it or not. You get better somehow every day. And if you go into that next day knowing that you're going to get better, I think it makes life a lot better. You can't go into the next day looking all sad, all depressed, because everyone has those moments. I've had those moments. You've had those moments. Everyone has those. And you have to know that it's going to be good. And if you just, mindset's everything. If you think bad, you're going to do bad. And if you think good, you're going to do good. So just think good.
Well said.
And do good.
Well said. I'm here for it. 100. 100.
I've never cooked that hard on anything on the podcast before, but
throw that in a tweet, bro. Throw that in a tweet. Ship it.
No, I'm gonna write a tweet about myself, because I haven't in a minute. Like, just write about who I am a little bit, and I'm gonna put that at the bottom and say, I'm the cook.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh man. Well, hey man, it was a blast to be here with you today and talk about all this stuff and even learn more about you and everything that you got going on. I mean, it was a real pleasure to come on today. Just want to thank you for the invite, and had a lot of fun.
Of course, bro. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for finding me, bro. That means a lot. That's like the first ever. So that's super dope. I appreciate you for coming on. You are super dope. I would love to talk to you more off off this. Love to get you know you a little more.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, no doubt.
Well, I appreciate you, dog. Peace.
All right. Well, I guess last time. Whoa,
go.
Real quick. All right. So anybody who's interested in Onekin, go to our website, onekin.io. Anybody who wants to follow us on X, follow us at Onekin Labs. And get that spice, y'all, at moonbase.onekin.io. We're launching at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Ooh, that's 9 p.m. EST, boys. If you're watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you. Links will be down in the description. The description. Go make sure to go follow them. Go on Moonbase, bro. Go get some spice. Ice spice, baby. Let's go. That's it. That's all I got. You got anything else?
I'm chilling, fam.
Let's get it, bro. Peace.